I can slide it on the table. This is how smooth it is. If you put it like this, you don't have to worry about it because it will not scratch even without a screen protector. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. Today we'll be talking about LG G6 case, and this is an OtterBox Symmetry. This is one of the most popular cases for this phone, so I'm just gonna go quickly through the review. We're gonna unbox it as well as just gonna see how it works. And as you can see, this phone hasn't used the case before, and as you can see, it's all scratched up on the back, and it even has some damage to the back cover because it's all glass body, so that's why it will really get damaged easily, and then it's not gonna look as good. So but anyway, this phone really needs some more protection. And you might have noticed this phone before on my channel that it had a broken rear camera glass, and we have changed it already. Plus it also had the camera damaged because of that, because when the camera glass was broken, it wasn't covered right away, and then the dust and some sand got in it, and then it scratched the lens. Even after we replaced this rear camera glass, the camera was blurry, so you couldn't use it at all. You could only use one camera that was a wide angle, but it wasn't as good quality as the normal camera. So after that, we have changed the camera as well. You can check out the video how to change the LG G6 rear camera in this video over here. And today we're finally gonna get a case for it. We have installed the screen protector, so the screen is protected. It's not gonna break unless it really gets some huge impact, but it shouldn't scratch, it shouldn't break. And now it's time for the case protection, because having a really nice case is a must-have for nowadays phones, because they're so fragile. They're made mostly out of glass, and some are made out of aluminum, but most of the times they're just glass, so you do want to have a really good case. So let's go ahead and have a look at this case right now. I didn't want to get a super large case for this phone because I know OtterBox is famous for having very large cases, which I don't like. I know they do offer tremendous protection, but it makes your phone a lot bigger, and then it's gonna hard to put it in the pocket. You have to carry like a bag for your phone, and there's some pros and cons to having a large case. Extra protection, but a little bit too bulky. So yeah, as you can see, this phone case is for LG G6. It's OtterBox certified for the drop protection, and as you might have heard, OtterBox is one of the best cases you can get for your phone. There's really not much on this box here, so let's just go ahead and pull it out. Just pulls out like that, and that's it. So pretty simple design here. You can keep this if you want to store it later. But yeah, so this case here, it has like a hard cover on the back, so it will not break through the back. Then it has rubber buttons here, and it has soft layer on the inside, and then it also has soft rubber on the sides where the buttons are on the left side. Then it has a pretty huge cutout for the microphone, which is good because sometimes cheaper phone cases, they neglect that, and they offer you like a small diameter opening for the headphone jack, and some headphone jacks are too big and they just don't fit there. So that's really good. They make a larger cutout. Then on the bottom here, they have a cutout for the USB charger and for the speaker, as well as for the microphone. So yeah, like, it's super straightforward. Let's go ahead and put this phone inside here. And before we do that, you can just wipe it off quickly, but this phone is already been used up and it's even cracked, so no, you cannot make it any better. You just have to change the whole back cover if you want to make it look nice again. But if once you wear this case, because it's not a clear case, you're not gonna notice anything after you put it in. And when you put it in, you should always put the buttons first. If you only have buttons on one side like this phone, I would put the buttons first because they stick out past your phone, and they will, if you try to put this side first, it will catch on the buttons and it might be a little bit more difficult. So yeah, just put this side in, and then you just gonna slide in here Oh yeah, wow. So it does feel really nice, really tight in this. So yeah, it definitely feels really secure in this phone case. As you can see here, like it's, if I shake it, like it doesn't fall out. Like I had some cheaper phone cases for Motorola Hyper One, like I have this one right here, and that phone case you couldn't even, like you would be scared to even flip it down because it was like ready to fall out. And yeah, this one grabs it really nice and tight on each corner. There is no play there at all. The edges here, the corners, they're well protected as well. It also has this hard material as well as the rubber material. So yeah, it does give it some cushion on the inner layer, and then it has a hard shell on the outer layer. So yeah, it feels very nice in the hand. It's a little bit slippery because of the plastic, because plastic doesn't really have much texture. It's pretty much smooth, and you can see that like when I can slide it on the table. This is how smooth it is. And for example, if I grab this one, this is a Casemate brand. This one is a little bit more rubberized. It doesn't slide as good. So you can see, like if I slide it like this, it just slides more. And then I also have another phone that is fully rubberized on the back. This one is a Caseology, and this one it doesn't slide at all. Like it just sits there like. And I find this good to have a rubber material on the back because, for example, if you don't put it on a flat surface, sometimes you put it in the car or something, or if you put it on something and it's not flat, it will slide off. Like this one will probably grab better than this one, and this one will probably grab it better than this one. So this one's not designed to actually grab on anything. It's fully hard shell plastic, no texture, pretty much smooth, but it definitely feels very strong. So that's a good thing about it. And as you can see, the cutout for the camera module with the flash and the fingerprint sensor is perfect. I'm really impressed how they do it. Like they done a great job cutting it out. Like it's definitely called symmetry, and it is very symmetrical, I should say that, because everything is just perfect symmetry. This is a good example of having a good quality case. Okay, let's go ahead and see how the buttons work. The buttons are a little bit harder to press. They feel pretty tight actually. Like, so this is good and bad. It depends how you like it. I think it's a good because you don't really need to press these buttons very often. But on another hand, they're not going to be pressing by themselves. Like I noticed on this Casemate brand, these buttons are really easy to press, and sometimes even having it in your pocket, it will press by itself. And the problem with this one here, unlike the LG phones where the fingerprint sensor is a power button as well, this one only has the fingerprint on the back, but the power button is on the side. And this is a problem. For example, you put it in your pocket and it presses on this button, and then the phone starts to restart. So I find this is really annoying. So in this case, I would rather have this harder to press buttons because then it would not press by itself. It definitely requires more force to get to press the button. So like for example, this is how I normally would press it, but I have to extra press hard to get to that, to get it to click. So yeah, it does work still. So that's awesome, but you would need to press a little harder. Let's go ahead and see what's on the top here. As you can see on the top, there's phone jack, and as I mentioned before, the cutout is large, so you can fit a pretty big headphone jack. And then there's your microphone cutout, also pretty large. There's nothing on the right side, it's all blank because there's nothing on the phone. On the bottom here, perfect cutout, very large, probably fit like any USB Type-C connector. Also very perfect cutout for the speakers and for the microphone as well. So yeah, this is it. This is pretty much how it looks. I feel it very, very good sturdy case. The only thing I would add probably is some texture and some rubberized texture on the back. This would prevent it from sliding on the back. But on the front, The lip here is pretty large. It sticks out past the surface of the screen so that it will not slide on the screen, even though we have the screen protector on, so it wouldn't really matter because it wouldn't scratch it. But if you put it like this, you don't have to worry about it because it will not scratch even without a screen protector. So this is really good. And actually, if you put it like this, it doesn't slide at all because it grabs on this soft rubber, so it's pretty much unmovable. And I find this is on most phone cases, like this one as well. Well, this one actually moves a lot easier, but this Caseology phone case, this one doesn't slide as well. So these are the two phone cases that I would have. So Caseology, I think it would be the #1 if you can get the Caseology. It's a really great brand for the phone case. And like this is for LG G5. I think they have other brands as well. So you just gotta have a look and see. It's also premium quality. Everything's cut out perfect, but it has the rubber on the back, so it doesn't slide very much. And it's really easy to grab it because it has a really good grip. And it also has the rubber on the front, so it's not gonna slide on the front. So yeah, this is it, guys. I hope you find this helpful. So right now we have our LG G6 all protected. I think this is the end of the story for this LG G6 so far, because we have replaced the rear camera glass, we have replaced the main camera module, we have got a screen protector for it, we have got the phone case for it. So right now it's basically all geared up and ready to go. At some point of time you might want to change the battery, but this one still has a pretty good long-lasting battery, so don't need to do it right now. But it does feel a lot safer to have a phone with this case on, and it doesn't give it much of the extra weight or extra volume in your pocket. Still feels pretty small. And of course, compared to the newer phones where they have larger screens, like you see this one, this is a Motorola Hyper One. I think it's like a over 6 inches of the screen, pretty large. And these guys are used to be way smaller, like you see the LG G5. It has the same size but smaller screen. LG G6 has a bigger screen. So yeah, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, support my channel. Also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. There's gonna be a lot more interesting, helpful video reviews for phones, phone cases. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, leave in the comment section below. I'll be really happy to help you and answer your questions. So I hope you have a nice day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.